Welcome, guys and gals, to another Bible Q&A session with Terry with the Word. And today, our question is regarding what in the world was going on in Canaan. The question is, God said, "Thou shalt not kill." So why did he command the killing of all those people in Canaan when the Israelites were conquering the land? Very good question. And let's look to the Bible to find our answer. In Genesis 6:4, we see, "There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown." So we know now that we had giants in the earth when angels fell from heaven and came into the daughters of men. They took wives of all who they chose, and those children were men of great stature, the giants, the mighty men, the men of renown. Numbers 13:32 through 33. "And they brought up an evil report of the land." This is when the spies went out to check the land of Canaan before they went in to conquer. Okay? "And they brought up an evil report of the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, The land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof. And all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight." So right here, they came back and they gave an evil report of the land. Okay, so we know right now that the land was evil. "They eateth up the inhabitants thereof." They were practicing cannibalism. Men of great stature, giants, so big that we were as grasshoppers to them. Deuteronomy 2:10 through 12. "The Emans dwelt therein in times past, a great people and many and tall, as the Anakims, which also were accounted giants, as the Anakims, but the Moabites called them Emims." So we know now they go by many names. There's many different races of these giants, as we'll see, or clans, whatever you want to call them. And they were all throughout Canaan. Deuteronomy 2:19 through 21. "And when thou comest nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give thee of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. That also was accounted a land of giants. Giants dwelt therein in old time, and the Ammonites called them Zamzummims, a people great and many and tall as the Anakims, but the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt there in their stead." They've been dealing with these giants in the land, this land of giants, for a long time. Joshua 12:4 through 5. "And the coast of Og, king of Bashan, which was of the remnant of giants, that dwelt in Ashtaroth and at Edrei, and reigned in Mount Hermon, and in Salca, and in all Bashan, unto the border of the Jeshurites, and the Mathathites, and half Gilead, the border of Shihon, king of Heshbon." I'm sorry if I just brutally messed up some of those words. Sure, I pronounced some of them wrong. But here we see Og, king of Bashan, which was of the remnant of the giants, and reigned in Mount Hermon, which the book of Enoch tells us these watchers that came down and meddled with humankind and took the women who had bore these giants, that they came down upon Mount Hermon. Joshua 15:8. And the border went up by the valley of the son of Hinnom unto the south side of the Jebusite, the same as Jerusalem. And the border went up to the top of the mountain that lieth before the valley of Hinnom westward, which is at the end of the valley of giants northward. Numbers 33:52. Then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pitchers, and destroy all their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places. So we know we have giants in the valleys, giants in the mountains. Giants were inhabiting the entire land, and God wanted them not to meddle with them. He wanted them completely destroyed. He wanted all their pictures destroyed, their molten images, which lets us know that they were worshiping other gods besides Yahweh, and plucked down all their high places, their altars and their sacrificial sites, all of this terrible thing that they were doing in the land. Psalm 106:37-39. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. There was sacrifices of children being done in the land of Canaan to the idols of Canaan, to the gods that they were worshiping there. Ezra 9:1-3. Now when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, The people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in this trespass. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down astonied. So the Israelites didn't listen, and they mingled themselves with these people. I believe we're descendants of Ham. Ham's son was Canaan, and I believe in the generations of Ham, it lists these people as descendants. Ham did something he wasn't supposed to do. Let's summarize, okay? So, 1, the fallen angels mingled with humankind. They took wives of all who they chose. The giants were in the earth, product of this union between angels and humans. The Israelites said that they were as grasshoppers in their sight. This is why Israel was punished and was sent into the wilderness for 40 years until those generations went, because they didn't want to go fight these giants. They didn't believe that God could do it for them, and that's why God's anger was kindled with them. And he said, you're not going to get the promised land then, none of you. No one's going to go get it for you, and then you're going to live there. We're going to wait till this generation is past, and then we're going to send out someone who believes, because I will fight for them, because greater is he who is in me than is in this world. And God did, and he went through and he fought for them. And this is how they conquered the giants, because they believed and they had their faith. So the Israelites said they were as grasshoppers in their sight. And the Lord fought for them against the giants which inhabited the land of Canaan. And the giants were practicing cannibalism. They were worshiping idols. They were sacrificing children. And God commanded these hybrids to be killed, and for the Israelites to take no spoil of them. And God commanded them not to mingle with these giant hybrids. They were not human. This was not God's creation. Why would they want to mingle with humans, these angels, and create these giants? Well, jealousy, possibly jealousy because we were made in God's image, possibly jealousy because we were maybe supposed to be part of God's divine counsel. In Genesis, it says the host of them was completed, and maybe we were going to be part of that judgment seat, and they didn't like it. They're older than us, and they didn't think that was fair. To destroy God's creation. I mean, just out of jealousy, out of spite, after what happened in the garden. Okay, God, when after Eve took of the apple, or the pear, or whatever it was, she took the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God said that Eve's seed would crush your seed. So they want to destroy. They know a seed from Eve is going to destroy them. So if they destroy the holy seed, okay, that God has put down on this planet for us, then this will stop her seed from crushing them. This will prevent Jesus from ever being born, since the serpent was told that Eve's seed would crush him. So I hope that answers your question. God just wasn't just sending them in there to slaughter and kill just men and women and children. You read this, but you really have to read your Bible and read what it says. These were, again, not human beings. This was not God's creation, and they were evil. Completely evil. The land was polluted with blood, innocent blood. All right, thanks, guys. Again, if you guys have questions that you want us to answer, you can send them to Terry with the word at gmail.com.